You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for, and it's a shame, like, again, I have nothing against Roman Reigns' mic skills. I actually quite enjoy his promos, but I cannot wait for the Dean Ambrose post-betrayal promo.
Yes, dude, I bet you they had something like that on Fallout, and the only negative to recording Twitwell right away was that we would have missed that if it happened.
Don't worry, it didn't, because I read a recap. All that happened was that Triple H told Renee Young, I win. Seth Rollins just kind of smirked at her. There was a report released of what happened after tonight's Raw. Let me just glance over that very quickly. Seth Rollins, Triple H, and Randy Orton waited around a while. Officials checked on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Triple H shook hands with Rollins, and they embraced a few times. John Cena came out, as did Bray Wyatt, in a pair of warm-up pants. They teased having a match, but Bray just ended up singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Cena responded with his own rendition, You Got No Pearls in Your Pants. The bell finally rang and they had a quick match. So really not much Shield development, but just more Cena-Wyatt development, which I guess raises its own questions if they're still working together. So, but yeah, dude. I mean, because I remember Ambrose's feud with Regal. And when he won that submission match against Bronson with the STF and Regal just left, and then Ambrose cuts that
Did you just call it an STF, John?
The Regal stretch.
Thank you.
Excuse me. And then Ambrose cuts that promo about how Regal just pretty much ripped his heart out, and how Regal was the only really thing he had left, and talks about how the system took. What was it, his cousin or his sister? Cousin, yeah, and just really turning up the volume. If he can channel that same kind of rage in the Seth Rollins promo, holy crap. Oh, it's gonna be good, dude. It's gonna be so good.
The best thing to come out of this, other than everything that we've already talked about, which is kind of a hypocritical statement for me to say, but the best thing that came out of this that we haven't talked about so far, Dean Ambrose is now going to dominate the Shield's mic time.
Yes, we're slowly getting there, Ashton.
Because before, I would say like 40% Rollins, 40% Ambrose, 20% Reigns. Now it's going to be, at the very least, 60-40 Ambrose Reigns. I would guess more along 75-20, but still, we're going to get some hardcore Dean Ambrose interviews now.
Oh, man, that's going to be so, so good. I'm reading even more reactions to the Shield. Some of them are very...
Dude, this just hit me. Think about this. We just went from a 3-man faction, and now that entire dynamic has shifted. Think about it this way. Dean Ambrose now has a bodyguard.
Oh, man, that's great.
Or you can think of it this way. Roman Reigns now has a mouthpiece.
Yeah. Either way, the other guy benefits.
Yeah, it is a mutually beneficial arrangement, and... You want to talk about the Wyatt family tag team champions? Hello, Ambrose and Reigns have never had a run at that yet.
That's true. They haven't. And you know, because the Shield, like you said, what's the one qualification to be a member of the Shield? You gotta be a badass. And badasses don't wallow in their losses. You know Ambrose and Reigns are gonna be back with a vengeance, and they're gonna want to take on the freaking world.
My only question is, will their blind hatred lead them to a 2-on-3 handicap match against the entire group, Evolution, with Triple H, Orton, and Rollins? Or because this is the end of the Shield, are they just going to break their ties, walk away, and go after different goals?
I honestly don't know, dude. To me, the whole theme of this feud has been about adapting or perishing. If the Shield really wanted to prove that they're good at adapting, they would find that third member and even up the odds.
Yeah, then that brings us back to the question, though. Who is it? Because here's my thing, John. Try and imagine Sami Zayn in a freaking SWAT vest. Seriously.
No, I can't do that. I can kind of do Neville, admittedly. I can do Corey Graves. Corey
Graves makes perfect sense, but he also has that loner persona where it wouldn't really make sense in a group.
Yeah, exactly. He's that lone wolf. He goes in, but that really fits in with the mentality of the Shield. I just don't know. But then again, the Shield, we talk about adapting or perishing, straying away from that. The Shield is also a very proud group, and they have every right to be after everything they've accomplished. Pride cometh before the fall, though. That's often another popular theme in WWE. Could Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose be so proud of what the Shield, or the Shield that they fight for and what that Shield stands for, that they go in that 2-on-3 disadvantage as you spoke of, Ashton, and Seth Rollins is just able to pick them apart. Because here's another thing. Seth Rollins isn't just an architect. He was a brother to these guys. He knows their weaknesses and their strengths in and out. So the game plans he's going to be able to formulate, you're going to need that third guy that Rollins isn't very experienced with if you have any chance of beating this new evolution.
Okay, here's another name I'm going to throw out there. It doesn't really make much sense from a filling Seth Rollins' whole standpoint, but it does make some sense from a looks good in a black SWAT vest and has that badass attitude perspective. Camacho.
Camacho could work purely from the aesthetic quality that we're looking for from the Shield. But yeah, it's like you said, in the former case, it really doesn't make much sense. And I don't know, it would just seem pretty crazy. You know, no, Leo Kruger wouldn't have worked, because I would love to say this.
Dude, Leo Kruger, if he was still around, that would have been the perfect person to fill this spot.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, see, this is just another case where I really miss Kruger, you know, without a doubt, because I'm just like, oh man.
I don't think they're going to break up the Ascension. Otherwise, I would say Victor would be amazing for this spot, but I don't know.
Right, yeah.
We're going to get our first Black Shield member and maybe Xavier Woods? I don't know.
Dude, I mean, really right now, when you get an event as seismic as this, as cataclysmic as this, there is no possibility to me too absurd, because WWE, if they took a chance on this, you don't know what they're going to roll the dice on. You know, you really don't.
Right.
So you got to sit back, and you can analyze it all you want. You can praise it all you want, but the one common denominator, we all have to sit back and watch it happen.
I have three more names that I want to throw out there as potential replacements. One of them is a real freaking stretch.
Okay, I want you to go bullet style with them, and then I'll go through them name by name. So lay it on me.
Kenta Kobashi, Prince Devitt, Kevin Steen.
Okay, Kobashi. I'm gonna Google a picture of Kobashi very quickly. Kenta Kobashi. I could tell you Prince Devitt. I could buy it.
Yeah, to me, that was the big one. That was the most realistic sounding one to me.
Especially if he gets like a paint job of maybe like a hero that would kind of resemble the attitude of the Shield, like maybe like a Punisher or something.
Well, Kenta Kobashi, or not Kenta Kobashi, Kenta Kobayashi, my bad.
Kenta Kobayashi. Let me
get that should do it. In there, yeah.
Yeah, that should do it. He has a good look too. Actually, I could see him rocking that SWAT vest and just beating people down. The only person I really can't buy would be Kevin Steen, and I did see him recently at that ROH show we watched, so yeah.
That was the stretch that I was talking about.
Right, yeah, but Kobayashi and Devitt, and I think Devitt more so than Kobayashi for my money. Yeah, dude. And really, here's the thing. WWE does want to get those two guys, and maybe even all three. Maybe Steen was even lumped into that, ironically enough, in the Performance Center by, I think, August. So we know that Shield and New Evolution are going to be doing their program by then, so I guess that ship has sailed. But who knows? Maybe these guys could find themselves in the mix with this whole thing somehow.
You know what, dude? I just realized I have been looking only at NXT guys. Maybe they're going to just put somebody in the Shield that's already on the main roster. Could you imagine Dolph Ziggler in the Shield?
Oh, dude. You know what?
Sandow in the Shield? No.
Damien Sandow, with how sick he's been of everything, Damien Sandow, I could see, like, maybe he has an identity crisis, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he finds himself through the Shield. Dude, it's just so up in the air.
Dude! We already talked about it, Cody Rhodes!
Yeah, oh man, freaking Cody Rhodes, a member of the Shield. So Goldust goes his way, Cody goes his, and that's what we get. That would be
cool. This is the best thing about what happened tonight.
Yeah, the speculation.
All that it left us doing was wanting more.
Exactly. No, I don't even think, honestly, because we're going to get Bray Wyatt returning this Friday on SmackDown, I wouldn't even have Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose make a statement on that show. I would save that for next week's Raw, absolutely.
Completely agree. Completely. You know what? The only other option, though, I can think of, main event tomorrow night. That's a possibility to me.
Yeah, main event tomorrow night, which I don't even know if they'd even risk it then because you're already getting an Intercontinental Championship match, and I know they want to bump up the ratings. But dude, here's the thing: the Shield was one of the the best things going in WWE, if not the best thing going. Period. You need to treat this like you would in the old days and make us say, "Hey, I can't wait for next Raw. Not in a few days. I want to wait a whole freaking week for this because it's worth that wait." So make us want it, WWE. Really make us want. I mean, play the footage over and over again. Maybe get different perspectives. Have Michael Cole do a sit-down interview with Triple H, I guess. But don't have anybody. Don't have Seth Rollins. Don't have Dean Ambrose. Don't have Roman Reigns. Don't have anybody make public comments until next Monday.
John, I want you to know I just really depressed myself.
Why's that?
CM Punk.
Why'd you have to go and do that? We were so close, man. The energy was up. Oh, crap, it would have been perfect, too. Damn it. Well, guys, yeah, there's that for you. CM Punk. Yeah, now, yeah. Damn. Dude, honestly, and I know he's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, seeing Bryan pose with the Shield if he didn't have his neck problems, I would have put money on that, too. I would have wanted that so bad.
I'll admit that. That would have been pretty cool.
I mean, because he would have been so sick of Triple H and their crap, he would have thought, let me kill two birds with one stone. Plus, when he's posed with the Shield before doing the yes, dude, it just looks so right.
Yeah.
Oh, man, why?
This is what's great about it, though, dude. Even though people are devastated because we no longer have our Shield that we've been so used to, this opens up so many new possibilities, not only for the potential of a new Shield, but for Seth Rollins as an individual. He was the first one to break away from the Shield. I don't think people realize how big of a stamp of approval that is for this kid.
Oh, no. Not only is it a huge stamp of approval, but it's going to be great for the promos, because I guarantee you somewhere, even if it's not going to be the main theme, something about jealousy of Roman Reigns is going to rear its head in here. Somewhere. And Seth Rollins will be able to say, hey, Roman, you didn't leave the Shield because you believed you could make it on your own. The record books always show that I left the Shield because I'm the architect. I'm Seth Rollins.
And I know I can make it on my own.
Believe that. And then he slams the mic. And yeah, it's perfect because I think it's so great that you didn't have Roman leave on his own, which honestly, I was scared he was going to do the SmackDown when Seth Rollins had the Shield hold that conference and they were all slapping each other. I thought Roman was going to get a mic and be like, you know what? This is stupid. I can make it on my own. I'm done with this. No, they had Roman stay. They had Roman refer to those men as his brothers. Like he was really in it. And like I said, the record books always say that Seth was the one who broke away. Seth was the one who realized I'm too good for this, and that's what makes this whole thing magnificent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you know what, dude? We're going to leave it off at that. Let me just finish things off with this. I can't wait to see Seth Rollins walk out with Evolution in a three-piece suit.
Abso-freaking-lutely, my man. Abso-freaking-lutely. With that said, let's get into our next segment. High spots and low shots. And my low shot, I've got two low shots. My first low shot, the WWE Universe.
What?
Because we may have just lost the greatest faction in history at a great price, but this is goodbye. It seems to be for the Shield, and I know that's a heavy loss for all of us. However, my legitimate low shot is definitely Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
So that's three.
Well, yeah, but one I really don't even mean, because that's just me getting that out there. But yeah, this is my legitimate two low shotter. Because yeah, guys, you were the Caesars, and Seth Rollins was just your Brutus Cassius. Like he stuck that knife in your back, and he didn't even look back.
No, John, you're mistaking the knife for a steel chair. We were looking for steel chair.
Ah, damn! I was so close to the cash prize, but. Either way, this just, I mean, between the qualifying matches tonight, Wyatt on SmackDown, like, dude, I am so amped up for Money in the Bank, and this is just like the hot fudge and the cherry on top of the sundae. Like, this is epic. So, yeah, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, definitely my low shots tonight.
Well, since you took all the logical low shots, I'm going to take the next tier low shot, Bad News Barrett, because he was abandoned by his tag team partner. He got pinned cleanly, and now he has to defend his Intercontinental Championship tomorrow night on Main Event.
All right, well, that's a great choice. I completely agree with you. So because of that, I will do you a solid, and I'm going to make my high spot somebody different. Alberto Del Rio. first guy to formally qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match in a few weeks. Like me and Ashton said, there's really no way we think that he's going to win, but he qualified, and that's more that Dolph Ziggler can say. So, yeah.
And the ironic thing here, it was your low shot. It's going to be my high spot. My high spot is the WWE Universe.
Wow. Nice.
Because even though they don't realize it yet, the moment that we just got is going to be such an awesome moment in hindsight when we look back in the annals of wrestling history, because this was just an awesome night. And like I said, a lot of people don't realize it yet because they love the Shield, but this is going to lead to bigger and better things, not only for Seth Rollins as an individual, but for Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and whoever, if anyone, replaces Rollins in the Shield.
Yeah, I mean, just so many questions, dude. Like I said, this feels like the old days, like the ruthless aggression era when you would have to wait that full week and you're just thinking, man, I can't wait for Raw. Moments like when it was announced Kane was going to get a world title shot in Madison Square Garden, but he had to put his mask up to get it. Things like that, moments like that, and that first promo from Seth Rollins, from Dean Ambrose, from Roman Reigns, and yeah, even Triple H and I guess Randy Orton if he wants a piece of that. Like, just the first acknowledgments from all sides of the battlefield are going to be so crucial, and every ear is going to be pricked up, I guarantee you.
Just have to remember, Triple H always gets his way, and if what he wanted was for the Shield to implode, he didn't need to put them against each other to do it. He literally did it himself.
Yeah. I mean, history, man. I mean, what a moment for Raw. Just absolutely crazy.
Absolutely. So let's move on.
Raw request. This is going to be a heavy-handed one, I think. So I'm going to hand the ball over to my cohort in commentary here. What's your Raw request this week after everything that's transpired?
My Raw request is relatively simple and significantly less subjective than last week's. My Raw request is for the WWE to keep on giving us closing segments to Raw that make us want more. Just like tonight. Everyone is talking about Raw tonight. I'm so sick of Raw finishing with Daniel Bryan getting beat down in the middle of the ring. Now, that's not to say that I want every week from now on to be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose getting beat down in the middle of the ring. What I'm saying is I want Raw to give us a talking point at the end of each show. Something to make us want to tune in next week rather than just, oh, well, that was kind of boring, but I'm going to tune in next week anyway out of habit. I want endings like tonight every Monday.
No, because you know what we call that in this business? At least I think we do. We call that the hook. We call that the hook. That's what brings you back the next week. And they got it, I think, firmly in everybody's mouth, no matter how much
they didn't just get the hook tonight, John. They got the hook, the line, and the sinker.
Yeah, there you go. You just said it. You just had the soundbite there, because no matter how much people want to resist against it and say, no, it's awful, and believe me, there are a lot. And I could understand where they're coming from.
Including Anthony and Abel.
Including Anthony and Abel. And guys, hey, I understand where everybody that's complaining against this is coming from, and that's why, TwitWow encourages an open forum. Comment on Pweetoff, subscribe and review on YouTube. I always say it. But yeah, I mean, me and Ashton, even I was like against it, like, no, Rollins, why? No, but really having a rational discourse about it, I think me and Ashton cannot wait for the future, and my Raw request is, I mean, just keep the gas going on this fire, guys. I mean, don't let Rollins become uninteresting. Let Ambrose do the majority of talking. I'll say it like this. Handle the Shield's dissolution with care, because I know a lot of eyes are on you right now. So however you go about it, just make sure every guy comes out looking like $1 million in the end. That's my Raw request.
And like I said, dude, the WWE Universe is the real winner in this, because we are the ones that are experiencing this history being made.
Dude, absolutely. And really, again, outside of that, we got an Intercontinental Championship match on Main Event tomorrow night. I don't even really know what we're getting from NXT, because I don't read the spoilers, but that's also the fun, because we don't know what we're getting on NXT. It's the post-takeover NXT, and on SmackDown, we've got Bray Wyatt making a statement. This is going to be a really interesting week in the world of wrestling, guys, and you know where to turn to get your absolute best coverage for it. This has been Raw. This has been TwitWow, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. day. I am John alongside my cohort and commentary Ashton. Guys, be sure to comment on Pweetov and YouTube and subscribe and like on YouTube. And we will see you again for our NXT review. Believe that.